Today is June 14th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today out of the core text, we're going to continue Chapter 9, The Family Afterward, by reading pages 126 through 127. And out of the 12 and 12, we're going to continue and actually finish Tradition number 8 by reading page 171. We will return to the personal story, listening to the wind tomorrow. So with all that, my friends, hope you're doing well today. We've been given a brand new set of 24 hours, and it's always exciting to have that fresh start, clean slate, and the world is wide open for us today. Maybe we can help somebody today. So let's go ahead and press on and get to the good stuff. All right, my friends. So if you recall from The Family Afterward, yesterday's reading, some great stuff that I actually forgot to talk about at the end of the episode yesterday. So I'll make it very, very quick right now. It was talking about reconciliation at the bottom of 124. Let's see. The miracle of reconciliation was at hand. Then, under one provocation or another, the aggrieved one would unearth that old affair and angrily cast its ashes about. A few of us have had these growing pains, and they hurt a great deal. So, my wife could have used a lot of ammo from all the damage that my alcoholism caused in the past. But thankfully, with a heart of immense gratitude, I can say that my wife never really used that as a club to beat me over the head, even to this day. She doesn't really bring up the past. If anything, I've had a harder time forgiving myself for the things I had done while drinking. She forgave me, and I have to choose to believe that she did, a long time ago. But the point of me bringing that up is that she chose to forgive me, and she doesn't bring it up anymore. But there have been times where, husbands or wives of an alcoholic, they might, in a conflict, bring up the past. And I'm just so grateful that it hasn't happened to me too much. So I want to give all glory to my higher power and gratitude and glory to my wife as well, my better half. She's an amazing woman. But anyways, I digress. We are on page 126 today. Again, we're reading 126 and 127. We think it dangerous if he rushes headlong at his economic problem. The family will be affected also, pleasantly at first, as they feel their money troubles are about to be solved. Then, not so pleasantly as they find themselves neglected. Dad may be tired at night and preoccupied by day. He may take small interest in the children and may show irritation when reproved for his delinquencies. If not irritable, he may seem dull and boring, not gay and affectionate as the family would like him to be. Mother may complain of inattention. They are all disappointed and often let him feel it. Beginning with such complaints, a barrier arises. He is straining every nerve to make up for lost time. He is striving to recover fortune and reputation and feels that he's doing very well. Sometimes mother and children don't think so. Having been neglected and misused in the past, they think father owes them more than they are getting. They want him to make a fuss over them. They expect him to give them the nice times that they used to have before he drank so much, and to show his contrition for what they suffered. But Dad doesn't give freely of himself. Resentment grows. He becomes still less communicative. Sometimes he explodes over a trifle. The family's mystified. They criticize, pointing out that he's falling down on his spiritual program. This sort of thing can be avoided. Both father and the family are mistaken, though each side may have some justification. It is of little use to argue, and only makes the impasse worse. The family must realize that Dad, though marvelously improved, is still convalescing. They should be thankful that he is sober and able to be of this world once more. Let them praise his progress, and let them remember that his drinking wrought all kinds of damage that may take long to repair. If they sense these things, they will not take so seriously his periods of crankiness, depression, or apathy, which will disappear when there is tolerance, love, and spiritual understanding. The head of the house ought to remember that he is mainly to blame for what befell his home. He can scarcely square the account in his lifetime, but he must see the danger of over-concentration on financial success. Although financial recovery is on the way for many of us, we found that we cannot place money first. For us, material well-being always followed spiritual progress. It never preceded. Since the home has suffered more than anything else, it is well that a man exert himself there. He is not likely to get far in any direction if he fails to show unselfishness and love under his own roof. We know that there are difficult wives and families, but the man who is getting over alcoholism must remember that he did much to make them so. As each member of a resentful family begins to see his shortcomings and admits them to the others, he lays a basis for helpful discussion. These family talks will be constructive if they can be carried on without heated argument, self-pity, self-justification, or resentful criticism. Little by little, mother and children will see that they ask too much, and father will see that he gives too little. Giving rather than getting will become the guiding principle. All right, some great stuff. Can't wait to come back to this in just a second. And finally, my friends, we are finishing up tradition number 8 today. Alcoholics Anonymous should remain forever non-professional, but our service centers may employ special workers. So yesterday we talked about how some people, who were at first possibly criticized for being professional AAers, that wasn't actually the truth. They were actually being more criticized for breaking anonymity and putting AA in danger in that case. So we're going to continue with the last couple paragraphs of this chapter. Page 171. It is significant now that almost no AA in our fellowship breaks anonymity at the public level, that nearly all these fears have subsided. We see that we have no right or need to discourage AAs who wish to work as individuals in these wider fields. It will be actually antisocial were we to forbid them. We cannot declare AA such a closed corporation that we keep our knowledge and experience top secret. If an AA member acting as a citizen can become a better researcher, educator, personnel officer, then why not? Everybody gains, and we have lost nothing. True, some of the projects to which AAs have attached themselves have been ill-conceived, but that makes not the slightest difference with the principle involved. This is the exciting welter of events which has finally cast up AA's tradition of non-professionalism. Our 12th step is never to be paid for, but those who labor in service for us are worthy of their hire. All right, some great stuff there. Fantastic. And it makes very clear, the intentions behind, are you making money off of AA, or are you working in order to make 12th step work possible? This is a great chapter for that clarification. But going back to the big book real fast, the Family Afterward, page 127. I like the second to last paragraph on the page. Since the home has suffered more than anything else, it is well that a man exert himself there. So right there, I know the big book teaches that it's crucial to work with other alcoholics, and that was definitely part of my story for sure. But I felt like I had to make sure I made amends to my family. They're the ones who saw me at my worst, my ugliest. So I had to do some service work there, of course. And I like the next line. He's not likely to get far in any direction if he fails to show unselfishness and love under his own roof. I had to right my wrongs, make my amends to my wife, and make my indirect amends to my children. And I have to continue to do that every day. Honestly, making those indirect amends, I want to be more selfless to my wife. I want to serve my wife more. I want to serve my children more. I want to do these things. And that's kind of been a shift in my heart over the years. But it's taken constant repetition because at first it was very unnatural. Yeah, and the last line, we know that there are difficult wives and families, but the man who is getting over alcoholism must remember that he did much to make them so. So yes, it's crucial to our sobriety according to the big book, to work with other alcoholics. But don't forget about your family. If you are sober today, my friend, you're a miracle. Please remember that. And let's go about this day and try to help somebody out there. As my close friend tells me, he taught me this old prayer: God, please help me help one. Let's try to figure out who that one is today. So with that, my friends, hope you have a great one. And if we are given another set of 24 hours, I look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.